Oh, yeah. Yes, I have that. Literally recording right now.
I'll do it right now. 1 second. I got it.
Okay, I'll put the other one on grab.
It should be set now.
Okay, you're going to want 4 pieces of paper. 4 off.
Yeah, that's the one that works.
Then the China advantage. And then the price powers advantage.
Kyle, did you
Yes.
email it or did you save it directly in Dropbox?
I emailed it out to you.
I don't have it.
Yeah. Oh, it's here.
Oh, there it is.
Is everyone ready? All right. First, the counterclaim. The United States Congress should pass a law statute that encourages the President of the United States to seek affirmative support from Congress before the direct commercial sales of foreign military sales of arms. Pass a law statute that opposes requests for sales of arms to the Republic of China and end legislator self-selection on committees and the granting of exclusive jurisdiction to committees. Soft law spurs executive restraint that solves both advantages, non-compliance, and state affirmative. Shepherding 14. People skip law, some treat hard laws, this top 2. People treat law, soft law, just constrain themselves. Yes, judges were constrained about the soft law, reaching out to come to act, object, how comes they objected to skeptics on the values of compliance. This time to studying or doing so can educate legislative, but that's means to change behavior, supervising law, soft law, to proof from law. Hard law is not key. Hearings and oversight change executive action and solve presidential powers. Feinstein 18. Oversight constitutes the potential means of influencing decision-making legal mechanisms given hearings. The first hearings because it will take control from implicit threat of sanctioning for action subject to hearings less likely to occur to violate folks for policy Congress and decline in U.S. picture emerges the rule and considers soft powers to increase Congress's role as committee membership for representative overlapping jurisdiction to be established. Congress can promote oversight and a check. Next, T reduce. Reducing arms sales means lessening their size, quantity, and frequency. Gomez and 16, stepping down in all direction arms sales reduction, size, quantity, and frequency of sales would precede the reductions of the defense commitment. It requires an immediate reduction of DSCA and 18. Rate reduction will immediately reduce the cost of doing business for its partners. It also demands a permanent reduction. It's distinct from suspend. Reynolds in 59. This section says reduce does not be permanent, be temporarily suspend the plan, meaning to diminish. The word reduce indicates permanency. Violation. The first half of the plan merely alters how arms sales are approved. It doesn't fee out a reduction in arms sales seat, even if the second plank does. Voting issue 1 for limits, allowing process assets, extra topicality, adds a multiplier to the size of the topic. Every weapons and country act gets a slew of new mechanisms. 2 is negative ground. Extra T kills are offense. Process allows them to resume sales or even increase them. That's by directionality. Process increases negative ground. This should be our counter plan. Extra topicality is a voting issue for deterrence and required time investments. Next off is debt politics. The debt budget framework is in place. Failure due to lack of time and tight deadlines will kill the global economy. Comic in 619. Sorry, I forgot to give you all a little bit of time. I'll do that now. Trump wants to avoid a shutdown of the White House and Congress square together. A deal Trump and Congress fill the White House to office together, keep the government funded. They minimally cause 1 year debt ceiling increase. Both parties increase the need to realize the ceiling default will ripple through the global economy. Church can lose the legals and must negotiate so that the time on new officials cannot raise the society. It's limited for trigger significant consequences. Congress will have both time to beat the government. Congress leave their August failing could wreak havoc. Chances of a default are tiny except for new flights and like a lack of time. Sherman 430. Chances of default should be tiny except for time to Trump without the pressure tariffs held no anxious Congress would not do anything until Russia speed after spending will complicate the pressure that politics could make things what your Congress can agree the market will go through the floor. The plan causes massive fights that derail the debt ceiling. It can in 13 advanced time less than required modifying the TRA that required to consider Congress defense is powerful lobbying investment in sales Taiwan Clinton Bush restricted supported a sale in hopes of winning votes after that considerable appeal. Congress is long-standing for Taiwan states given the overwhelming disposition modifying the TRA required considerable political capital. Economic decline causes nuclear war, loose nukes, counterbalancing, and regional instability. Man 14. Economic considerations are created prominently into future Congress economic uncertainty will have to present new challenges to national security and states, new asymmetric options for balancing against stronger states likely to mature global security threats. Rival states may become vulnerable and challenge American loose Soviet embassy control protect security, financial factors, and employees that may be proliferation vulnerabilities for the markets will provide serious opportunities to weaken American status. Next, the K. The affirmative is a violent ontology of security that promotes otherization, zero policy failure. The alternative is to interrogate the ontological presumptions that the heart of security. Our questions come first. Turner and 16. U.S. continues to represent what it means. The question is never whether the world benefits from American avails, only how they are delivered. Discourses dominated by nullifying opposition. China's ability to stabilize the but this is discourse with globalization of personality answer which distinguishes top time constructive revision and cooperative security budget chance can only be met by equal U.S. rituals. American support to establish the truth China represent ontological threat against predate China's rise. The China advantage. It's not zero sum. Their authors assume no defense spending increases. Hunsker and Lansoga, wow, 18. Our team agreed Taiwan's budget will not increase. We have no doubt that side Taiwan generates support and increase defense spending made up of worst case conditions, but the increase our recommendations are overkill. There's no shift and it's not reverse causal. Taiwan won't give up just because the U.S. cut them off. They'll look towards other countries and keep trying to develop weapons on their own. China is deterred now. Arms sales are key. Greater 18. PLA, no war would give a gamble because this makes the space of reaction. Even small arms sales is much cheaper to kill a shipbuilding missile than a shipping station to deter Chinese Russian fraction. PLA's cost nations do not need PLA budget. Taiwan unique optimistic. Taiwan can only hold off some major achievements for the PLA believes down to Taiwan. In 2 weeks it will lose its superiority of leverage. Taiwan needs to not be superiority. All they need is some political benefit from level Washington. The party will not threaten battle. U.S. strength and cooperation with Taiwan is high. Ending arms sales collapses deterrence of China, causes invasion of Taiwan, broader aggressionism because of collapse, resolve and collapse of hegemony. Weighing in 18. As China rests recidivism of realism predicts a strengthening U.S.-Taiwan relation, debating Taiwan imposes defensive realism, historical record contradicting the century of humiliation, equality, and brothers to Chinese power goals to become a hegemonic against U.S. interest, challenging structural part of security along with Washington, but strong incentive rate of cooperation with Taiwan. Taiwan justice, oxygen, service, organization makes us help strengthen Taiwan's defense strengths, ameliorate the asymmetry and increase the cross region defending Taiwan is likely to lead to right of Washington against Taiwan nation would be a concession of softening result. China might be more aggressive. Now there's no first strike. China first strike sub-development has already started. Just proves China will freak out and act. The act doesn't solve the gray zone. Deterrence bad. Even if Taiwan begins to focus on deterring invasion, they'll still try to deter intrusions. Now there's no Taiwan invasion deterrence. 15. No country stage large amphibious assault to the Chinese military to know that it had capacity can't be done. A single ship carrying 1,000 is not possible. There's no impact. Reject their evidence. NATO is funded by anti-military libertarians and Carpenter is a crook. No, it's a U.S.-China war. Answers miscalculate accidental war. Keith in 17. Relations between China tensions were over in the relative stability make it accidental war. Extremely unlikely China and the U.S. remain far from a bit of rivalry to define Soviet relations. They will be reach other trade partners on the conservative behavior militias under further restrained by really competition rates are lower than our existing hyper-fight Soviet militias now pressure to fight more over the Polish that people regard each other with mixed views lacking preparation constituency of the have lots and misjudged situations to the country leaders based on mixed diffuse crises in manifest 2001 and 9. Press powers. The act is insufficient. Congress loves arms sales and hates meddling in executive policy. Thrall and Dormany 18. Congress recognizes foreign policy overrides the unitary authority. Congress has a motivation to enroll in arms sales for incentive support sales. So opposition not rights for the president party, not the opposing party supporting deals to good politics, help support of the security industry and all judge logic. Someone's defense is study against arms sales, riskly financial support as well as votes. The body is extremely active and connected. Congress relegated itself to a rubber stamp. There's no solvency. They don't have evidence rejecting Taiwan sales are enough. All their cards are about Saudi arms sales. 3. Trump circumvents the plan and border wall thumbs. Collins in 19. Democrats might as well declare an entire administrative the White House has repeatedly shown disdain for checks and balances. Competition threatens further tilt power from legislative from the executive, increasingly unrestrained. President Trump's defiance Israel and Republicans for Republicans monopoly of power. Trump's performing around the national emergency forward wall. There's no spillover. Single issues don't impact every price powers debate. The plan is not enough. It's empirically denied. Bush and Trump have had massive price powers without their impact. No impact in turn. Checks solve abuse of price powers and other presidential authority is good. Focus on institution, not the individual. Lesser powers cause economic collapse, climate change, and foreign policy failure. Clause 19. This is an institutional matter. Usual people president much farther out, but there was remains significant constraints, including Congress to the correspondence with Congress to create that Congress can regularly in response to emergency change in which the economy has not been able to address climate change or regular regulations, but the progress been made Congress unable to deal with financial crisis we saw in years past. Particularly the executive with the action facility authority and was able to create Congress as an extreme hostile to a strong foreign role for the U.S. institution implemented by President Obama created through the House of the President. Congress is going to luckily no longer economy dangerous world of power for us and saying it's necessary. Warming causes extinction. Schultz in 16. There was a commitment to that short window to reduce emissions before justice have credible reductions are inevitable by time to agree by 2050 and critically just reference to all that coming extinction was considered caused by rapid increase in temperature, sudden release of methane, and possibly extinction would be natural effect and accidents not sudden threatening to change of extinction from climate change are not good. There's no accidents, partly in 13. Accidental wars are rarely happen to destroy and demonstrate in routine accidental resulting from the deliberate state of policy war conduct requires cooperation for agree to war. No impact to accidents, still come in. I forget the date. The U.S. and Russia, Britain, and China modified procedure even include missile or launch of an after the real, but the empty ocean targeting provides significant protection against an area error. Gerrymandering makes partisanship and gridlock inevitable. There's an all cost. There are evidence about electoral college which kills democracy. Hedge doesn't solve war cut by civil and there's no evidence support the relationship between the U.S. active international civilian world through more peaceful U.S. world support no secret in the action military enhanced arms systems and regional the evidence only evidence regarding this bad free action understanding U.S. peace money is related to a global policeman. Hedges was linked geography, tech, innovation, economic power, political cohesiveness, military, strategic depth, infrastructure, etc.
Good, Marge?
Yeah. Great.
Okay, the politics dissent, given that the vote is about a month-ish away, why does the plan cause fights for an entire month?
Our argument is that the next month is needed to hammer out details. They have a general layout of the
So,
plan.
like yesterday, Pelosi announced an agreement, like what details need to be hammered out?
That agreement was a general framework. It doesn't assume that Trump doesn't implode the plan from fights with Congress.
They agreed with Trump.
Can I add one more thing?
Yeah,
So the central fight of the debt framework right now is that,
It wasn't a solid slip.
yeah, Trump and the Republicans, they're like, we want a clean thing no matter what, no poison pills.
Sure.
The plan is seen as that poison
why is
pill
it a poison bill?
because it's a thing that is restricting Trump's authority when everyone agreed that it was going to be a
Wait,
clean
what?
cut to the debt
A
ceiling.
poison
Where do
pill?
you think your link is about restricting authority?
Well, the link says that, the link is primarily about the TRA and
Yeah.
Taiwan relations. More broadly though, attempts at restricting authority are a very controversial thing that can never
Sure. The counter plan, the last plank that's like, do a bunch of committee reshuffling, how do we determine who gets on which committees, and what does that look like?
That's a process to be determined by House rules.
So your argument is that a committee reshuffling that.
Well, my argument wasn't made yet because you interrupted me.
Sorry, let me.
Do you want me to finish the argument or do you?
No, let me get this straight.
Okay.
The committees all get reshuffled, and they have to assign new people, they create new rules for that, and that takes less than a month.
Yeah. It also
Why?
doesn't matter if it takes less than a month because
Why
it
doesn't
said,
it?
do you want me to
Yeah,
finish?
continue.
It doesn't matter if it takes less than a month because it's not a hard vote, which is what the link to our dissent is about.
But isn't your dissent about time?
Uh-huh.
So why can they multitask in that instance and not in the instance of the
Because
point?
staffers have employees to do things for soft votes and for like logistical work, like assigning people, but they don't have people that can be on the floor of Congress for them.
Okay, sure. The K indicts the idea of China being a threat, and then the deterrence dissent said China is a revisionist actor. Which one is true?
We think that the negative has the right to conditionality and the critique is an even if statement. The affirmative presumes that China is irrational. If that's
Okay.
true, you're wrong. If it's not, you're still wrong.
Okay. What's the status of the off case?
They're all conditional. The status quo is a
And
logical
you can
option.
check blanks, right?
Yeah.
And the only
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. The only net benefit to the counterplan is politics.
Yes.
Cool. The Prez Powers turn. How does the president solve warming?
Our evidence speaks to institutions being able to solve warming and like regulatory stuff in general. It says that the Trump administration is a push no matter what, but the next presidency will need to act fast in order to be able to resolve global warming. Obama administration was very successful in doing that, and Congress has empirically not been successful in doing that.
Nebraska.